All right, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to the H-525 podcast. This is the 12th episode.
Dang.
Yep, and Corey is here as always.
Yep.
And yeah, we got quite a bit to talk about. Right off the bat, covering more on the Malaysian airline thing, and one investigator said that this wasn't caused by hijacking or mechanical failure or anything along those lines, and it was believed to be caused by one of the pilots, if not both. And that leads me to believe that this is just mass murder committed by the pilot, and pretty much he just want to go out with some kind of like bang or whatever. So
no pun intended.
Yeah, right. Oh God, Jesus. So yeah, he just had the opportunity and just pulled it off. Seems like, and pretty much, if this is true, he killed over 200 people. So that's it's like kind of like how school shootings start. It's like they want to go out with a bang and then do that, but this is like on a much more bigger scale, because we're talking about over 200 people here, and just wow. if this is true, I mean, like, well, Jesus, I mean, I don't know how this can be proven, but I don't know, it's a plausible theory.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And they said that it's somewhere in the Indian Ocean. Was that right?
Yeah, that was the last I read.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what's known right now. And hopefully they find the wreckage and just find out more about what happened with that airline, flight 370. So, of course, condolences to those who have lost their loved ones, or their loved ones is missing at the very least. So yeah, deepest condolences to them, and hopefully we find answers to really close this chapter. And moving on to a different kind of news. One that comes to mind is that Facebook bought I forgot what it was called.
The Oculus.
The Oculus Rift. Yeah. Which is supposed to be like a peripheral for, I believe, gaming, and it's like a virtual reality goggles. And Facebook bought it for some reason. I didn't read it all the way to the very reason why they bought it in the first place. So, is there a reason other than just maybe shits and giggles or something?
Let's see what the interwebs has to say about that thing. I can't really think of anything
other than they want to put like a virtual reality feel to their social games or something. But
I guess
that would be pretty ridiculous.
I mean, they spent $2 billion.
Right? So it's like a ridiculous amount of money for something for this kind of thing. So I imagine they have something big going on.
Yeah, that's what let's see here. Forbes is...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would make sense. They might be trying to really build a gaming platform because, social net, Facebook itself is eventually going to get to the point where it just kind of it's going to become stagnant.
Right.
And so if they have something as innovative as Oculus, they can, turn that into a hot commodity at some point.
Right. I can't imagine Facebook using that as a starting point to make like a Google Glasses kind of thing.
Yeah.
Since, Google Glasses is going to come out sooner or later to the mass market. So I imagine Facebook is trying to kind of catch up and really, compete with that. And this peripheral is pretty much like the starting point of it. And hopefully the design will come down to a much slimmer design than...
There was a picture.
Yeah, it's
that.
Yeah, you kind of pretty much look like someone from the 80s or something.
Yeah, it looks like you literally have like a small tissue box
Oh,
attached
yeah.
to the front of your face.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Did they say why or no? Not really.
Not really. I mean, they quoted Mark Zuckerberg in saying that mobile is the platform of today, and now we're also getting ready for the platforms of tomorrow. Oculus has the chance to create the most social platform ever and change the way we work, play, and communicate. So, it sounds like he's definitely got some sort of plan, some idea of what he wants to, use it for and that acquisition for, but it doesn't really,
Right.
say. I mean, I guess this is a good point. I don't know who said this. This might be Zuckerberg again. He's like, imagine enjoying a courtside seat at a game, studying in a classroom of students, teachers all over the world, or consulting with a doctor face to face just by putting on goggles in your home. I mean, that's a fairly cool concept,
Right.
I think, to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
I think it removes the whole social part of life, but
Yeah. So it's like you're talking to people, but not
really.
But not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, what is that? What is that called? It's like it's the one on your phone. It's a like you chat with the camera on your phone. It's like
FaceTime.
FaceTime. There you go. Kind of like
Skype
that.
or whatever.
Yeah, Skype. It's kind of like that, but pretty much on your glasses, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what Facebook is going with, but who knows? They might be going for a gaming aspect of it. But, who knows, right? I mean, it's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another topic of a company buying another. Disney bought Maker Studios.
Yes.
Which is, for those who don't know, is like a network of multiple channels, and including those channels is PewDiePie and a lot of the big name YouTube channels. So yeah, it's now under Disney, and what that means for sure is that you're gonna see more of Disney's assets and ads and all kinds of stuff on YouTube. So you're gonna see essentially Disney ads and definitely more than that in the future. And yeah, I think this is kind of a pretty much a smart move on Disney, because YouTube is pretty much one of the, if not the biggest, like, platforms to really get people's attention, because like every day videos get like millions of views, right? Or for average videos anyway, and definitely more than that. So yeah, it's just Disney just doing their thing with marketing, and they're trying to expand on it, and definitely trying to get more people into Disney. And what do you think, since you work for Disney? What do you think about this?
It's pretty interesting, because like, for me, like, I feel like Disney hasn't had a super big social media presence up until recently. Like, there's Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts and Facebook accounts for like everything, and they've really only kind of developed like recently. For me, like, they feel like they're actually well put together accounts that distribute social media for the company. I'd say like last fall, I don't remember when it happened, but they had there was a special event where it was like YouTube star kind of thing, personalities, and they had a special event where guests could come in, like, meet these YouTube personalities and everything, like Grumpy Cat and all that kind of stuff and whatnot. And so that was pretty interesting. And so that kind of shows that, like, yeah, there's definitely going to start being like a swing in that direction of trying to get attention and marketing and advertising and things of that nature more out there on the internet, rather than just relying strictly on like movies and television.
Right.
Like, they're really starting to put like assets into the whole other half. Because I mean, like, they honestly, like, yeah, Disney would probably be really successful even without jumping into social media.
Right.
Just because of, like, the age and of the company and the relative, like, quality of everything that's produced for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
We won't talk about Romeo and Juliet. That was an awful film, but beside the point, like, you know, their reputation kind of, you know, precedes itself. Like, you see, like, oh, Disney, like, all right, good to go. So, like, jumping into social media is kind of just, like, even trying to further just kind of, like, yep, we're in this market, too. Yep, that's right. Sorry, guys, Disney's here. You can sit down now. Stop bickering. We got this.
Pretty much
kind of feel.
Pretty much further cements them into today's marketing and stuff like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
And it really kind of puts, like, it's like, yep, that's right. We're still part of popular culture. Like, we're right here. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing is that they bought Maker Studios for at least $500 million. And they sources say that the value might go up to 950, depending on how much views Maker Studios makes within a certain time period. And what's kind of another cool fact about is that Maker Studios is owned by Shay Carl, who is a big vlogger and who originally started vlogging his kids and stuff like that, and he's just like this big dude, he's
a really good quality person.
Yeah.
Like, I recently really just kind of started following him, and I was like, he's got a really interesting life story. And like you say, like, yeah, he's like a big dude, and now I look at him now, I was like, God, this guy lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, and he lost a lot of weight.
He's really motivational.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, he started from kind of like your average working dad. He worked on, like, I think construction or something like that.
Yeah.
And essentially manual labor, and now he's pretty much on top of the world. He got all this money.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting over $500 million for sure from Disney of all companies.
Yeah.
So it's like he's definitely living the American dream. So congratulations on that, and yeah, hopefully that little venture gets you to good places. So
it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because I follow him on Instagram, and like I noticed a couple, like, over the last 6 months he posted like several photos. He's like, oh, we're at Disneyland again. We're at Disneyland again. So it's kind of funny. I was just like, oh, all right.
Yep. Now we know why, apparently. It's funny how I don't know if he founded the studio itself, but it's kind of just funny that he owns it, and he was a YouTuber himself at first, and now he's like an owner of a network. And and I'm trying to think of who else is in there. Oh yeah, Ray William Johnson is in it as well, but he's like drifting off to other projects right now, so I'm really don't know if he's really part of it anymore. Especially Ray William Johnson retired from doing his biggest online show, which is Equals 3, quite recently, and right now he's in the process of looking for a new host, and he essentially said that if this doesn't turn out well, it's pretty much the end of it, and that's the end of it. Yeah, I mean, did you watch Ray William Johnson on a weekly basis, or?
I watched it, but not like consistently. But I watched it.
Yeah. He's definitely one of my first channels I subscribed to, like when I first started watching YouTube back in like 2006.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, that's like what, 8 years ago.
Oh man.
Right. And yeah, and along with just random videos on YouTube, just like, yeah, he's definitely one of the first channels I subscribed to, and a lot of things changed, and then he just went back to the old formula. He tried to go big, and then I don't know what happened. He just kind of went back to old school. his old school ways, probably because like the response he was getting from audiences.
Yeah.
Like I think essentially he was overdoing it. He had a lot of celebrities on his show.
Yeah.
Doing his thing, and that probably kind of took away the magic that he had. You know, if it's just him, you know, having a collection of viral clips and then him putting in his own jokes in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's such a simple formula, and yet it was something about it that grabbed people's attention, including mine. And I haven't watched all of them, but I essentially watched a big chunk of it.
Yeah.
Especially these last few episodes, and I definitely watched the last one that he did, where he officially retired his show. So, yeah, it was sort of a emotional trip, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, considering that how long he did this, you know, he started out in his college dorm.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's, and he's like and I think he was the first YouTube millionaire. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like. That's a pretty huge step, right? So, best luck to you on your future projects. Hopefully, you succeed on whatever it is you're trying to do. And yeah, looking forward to whatever it is that you're building. So, anyways, any other news that comes to mind? What were you, Corey? Did you catch anything?
I can't remember what it's called, but I don't remember if we talked about it last time. The smartwatch.
Oh, we've kind of touched upon it in general, but like not really like any specific watch. Why it?
Just because I remember one of our friends posted an article about how like is it a Motorola?
Is a Motorola something?
Motorola has come out with a new smartwatch, and it actually finally looks like a damn watch.
Yeah, it's round.
It's round, looks like a watch. It's really exciting. But well, I guess wearable tech in general is something that's really been interesting me, like a lot, and seeing how all that's going to develop. Because you go from something like as simple as like you have like the Galaxy Gear, and like which is okay, and there's the Pebble, which is like pretty well supported. It looks okay, but well supported. And then like we're getting more and more advanced and finally more refined. Like we're gonna have this Motorola watch that actually looks like a watch, which is gonna have like smartwatch connectivity. So that's exciting. So I hope people finally start developing actual real like technology.
Yeah,
you know, like an actual like this right here could be a freaking smartwatch. And this watch that I have, like it's big enough. There's definitely space enough in there. Just take away some of the features that it has and add in like connectivity.
Yeah,
and be fine. I think they design normal stuff up. Yeah. But oh yeah, that. Yeah, go to that.
This one.
Yes. That was quite interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So what we are bringing up is an article that is a rumor for now, but Columbia Pictures is thinking about adapting a Sonic film. You know, with us, we've been playing Sonic Lost World, so that kind of grabbed our attention pretty much. And what's really interesting is that they're going for a dark and edgy version of Sonic, and it's like that's like the tagline pretty much. It's like boom in bold, and it's aiming more towards older audiences. So I thought that was really interesting. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I like it because especially it should be targeting the moderately older audience because this is a character and franchise that we grew up with.
Yeah,
and we're older, so something that kind of gets in to still catch our attention. Like, yeah, I like that. I'm excited about that.
And then I've covered this in the video, but it essentially has a list of writers that could be working with it, and there's 4 of them. There's Brad Bird, who worked on The Incredibles, WALL-E, Brave, Toy Story 2, and Up. Warnick and Reese, who worked on Deadpool, Monsters Inc., Zombieland, and G.I. Joe Retaliation. David Berenbaum, who worked on Spiderwick Chronicles and Elf. Pretty random. Phil Johnston, who worked on Wreck-It Ralph, pretty recent big hit, and Nebraska. I'm not really sure what that one is.
Yeah, nor am I.
Yeah, but anyways, I think it's just really interesting that of all things, Sonic is, the one to make a film around, especially with like game films. Like you don't really see gaming films that are based off of gaming franchises.
Yeah.
Except for like some of them, like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And Doom. So it's really interesting to see Sonic, if this is true, being made into a theatrical film. And what's another really cool thing is that it says it's a mix of live action and animation. Or at least interesting. So it's maybe gonna be kind of like I don't want to say this, but Space Jam. I don't know, because it says live action and animation.
Yeah.
So it's like what? So we don't know. Yeah, we're not really sure what it's gonna be like. Is it gonna be like that one? I forgot what it's called, but it has Looney Tunes and Brandon Fraser in it. Do you remember that film?
That sounds super familiar.
It's like Looney Tunes back in action or something like that.
That sounds super familiar.
Yeah, right. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I definitely remember him being in it, Fraser. And it's
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I was right.
DJ Drake.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, when did it come out? 2003.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, American live action animated adventure comedy film.
Yeah, but at least this is dark and edgy. So I mean, it's not like it's definitely not gonna. It's kind of gonna be like that, Looney Tunes back in action, but dark and edgy. So the question is, how far are they gonna take that dark and edginess for Sonic? Is it gonna be like Shadow the Hedgehog, or all the way to, let's say, the Batman trilogy with Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
That kind of dark. That'd be pretty funny. I think. I mean, maybe they might give Sonic a very raspy, deep voice.
Yeah.
Where are the Chaos Emeralds?
I'm Sonic.
I'm Sonic.
I'm Sonic.
Yep. Or like, where's Eggman? Or, I don't know.
Give me him.
Yeah, give me. Yeah, but pretty sure that's not gonna happen. Hopefully, and if they do go with this, I hope that they do it right, and hopefully it's not gonna turn out like The Last Airbender.
Oh God.
That was supposed to have. It definitely has that dark and edgy feel to it. It definitely was a flop.
It's so awful.
It was so awful. I mean, it did make a lot of money, but it was a yeesh. It was blockbuster garbage. It's pretty much what it was. So hopefully they don't treat it like that, or at least don't have M. Night Shyamalan directing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they cast a director that knows what he's doing and all that stuff. So, but for now, it's a rumor. We don't know if this is real or not, and especially with April Fool's Day around the corner. So yeah, who knows if this is the real deal or not. So just have to keep out lookout for that. So next on our list is this one's really interesting. Found this one out today, and it's that McDonald's there's an article about Ronald McDonald hyping up. Turn off this ad. Sorry. Yeah, essentially it's Ronald McDonald hyping up for the new Taco Bell breakfast or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was really interesting. Of all things, like McDonald's promoting Taco Bell. Yeah. I don't know why.
You run out of money.
Yeah, right. It's probably just like one of those like joint campaigns or something, but I don't know. But yeah, and then they came out. Taco Bell came out with their menu. I don't know if it's just the entire thing, but one of them definitely is the waffle taco.
Oh my god.
Yeah, essentially a waffle acting as the shell, quote unquote, and it has a sausage or bacon, and then they'll come with eggs, cheese, and syrup. And there's also the AM Crunch Wrap, which has eggs, hash browns, cheese, bacon, or sausage in a flour tortilla, or Cinnabon Delights, which is poppable Cinnabon treats, and in terms of prices, it'll range from $1 to $2.49. Which is like, well, I mean, if you look at the size of the food, yeah, you're getting what you pay,
Yeah.
and they're kind of tiny from what we see. But I don't know. That was really interesting that McDonald's is helping Taco Bell promote their breakfast thing. Who knows? It could be a joint campaign or something like that. But I don't know. That was an attention grabber, especially with two big fast food franchises going at it together. So
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about that?
Someone's really desperate for money. Really, really needs help.
Right? Yeah, it's like of all things, like Taco Bell really for breakfast.
The idea of an AM Crunch Wrap sounds really good.
Yeah.
But that's kind of about where I stop.
Yeah.
I mean, Cinnabon Delights, those are also delicious, so, I'm fine with that. But
Yeah, but the waffle taco is like, what?
yeah.
It's essentially what you eat for breakfast, American style anyway, but just done in a quote unquote Mexican manner. And it's just like, yeah, take a waffle and just put all the breakfast meats in there, and there you go. That's your waffle taco. That's pretty much what it is. And it's definitely something that you can make at your house. So
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know where this is gonna go, but definitely not gonna be a huge hit in my opinion. So let's see. Next on the list. Oh yeah, this happened a few weeks back, but we definitely want to talk about it. And get rid of this. Last of Us is being made into a movie. Made into a movie. I think we've mentioned that when we're playing Last of Us.
Yeah.
Definitely when we finished it. That thought it'd be pretty interesting that Last of Us would be made into a movie, and there you go. It's being made into a movie. And also, not only that, Naughty Dog is they're thinking of making a sequel for it. So
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Definitely with how this one ended, The Last of Us, not gonna spoil it, of course, definitely leaves off hanging. So it's like you're hoping for a sequel. So definitely this is looking more and more plausible and essentially possible. So
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, once it comes out, we definitely will play that bitch. So
Yes. I think it's definitely one of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it that much. And yeah, it feels so cinematic when you're playing it already.
Yes.
It's not going to be that hard at all to
make it into a movie. Yeah.
What they do. I watched a short video not too long ago. I think it was a DLC preview video.
Mm-hmm.
It was I don't remember who shared it. I think like Philip DeFranco shared it, and I watched it, and it was really interesting. I kind of did not like it, and kind of how it suggested the DLC was gonna be. not a fan, but I was excited nonetheless that there was like a preview for something that obviously had been designed, so that was exciting. But I didn't like the direction it felt like it was going to
go. Isn't this DLC have Ellie and her friend?
Yes.
Essentially, it's just kind of like a prequel per se, kind of pretty much an event that takes place before the main events of the game. So, she did mention about her friend being bitten or something like that. Kind of just briefly touched upon, and then she was bitten as well, and then but we found out that she is immune to these to this infection, and kind of just the story just surrounds that. That was pretty interesting that they came out with this DLC, but I haven't played it, of course, and I really don't plan to really do that. So, but definitely I'll be waiting for the sequel if that really is in the works. So, looking forward to that. We'll definitely do a Let's Play on the second channel, and looking forward to that. Now, more about the movie. This already has a cinematic feel to it, as Corey said, and definitely, I think this would be a great film if really done right. And it really gives me the feel of like kind of like Uncharted, because that Uncharted does feel very cinematic as well, but definitely different because this one has a more of a that zombie feel to it. Yeah. And then Uncharted is kind of like Indiana Jones, Yeah. So, pretty intrigued that Last of Us is being made into a movie. So, maybe we'll catch it in theaters. Maybe not. I don't know. Definitely we'll wait for the trailer to come out. So, to really see how it turns out. So, definitely we don't have a director right away, so we'll just have to wait on that and decide from there. Let's see. Definitely more to talk about.
Speaking of trailers, have you seen the trailer for the new Ninja Turtle movie?
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. What do you think about that?
I am really excited for it because I love Ninja Turtles. It's one of those, I've loved it since I was a kid. It's always kind of been one of my favorite like little franchises.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really, really stoked for it. Kind of concerned because of Michael Bay's involvement, because he's just like, blow up a building, blow up a car, blow everything up. That's kind of
he is just producing it though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
So I'm kind of okay with that because he's not as involved with it as he would be if he was in another role. But preview looked really good. I'm really excited for it to come out. I want to watch it. I want it to be good. Yes. I want to like it because I actually watched one of the original ones the other day and I was like, I still liked it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I still thoroughly enjoyed it. So any reprise of it, if it is an ounce good, I will like it.
Yeah. Definitely, I thought it was a pretty cool trailer to watch. And my only question is Megan Fox being April.
Yeah.
That's my only concern about it, essentially, especially with the thing that was going on between Fox and Michael Bay. So it's whoa.
You know who I think might have been a good April?
Who?
Is Kat Dennings. I think Kat Dennings would have been a decent April.
Wait, hold on.
She's from Two Broke Girls.
This is Kat with a K?
Yeah, and then D.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yes. Okay, I know her. Okay, so, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Just because, to me, April's always kind of been, that kind of, naggy kind of character, and I think she really play that character really well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've seen her from 40-Year-Old Virgin, so it's like the daughter of
the female protagonist. So
Yeah, and plus she's in Never mind, I don't want to share that. It's another Steve Carell movie with Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
I think it's Crazy Stupid Love is the title of it.
Oh, okay.
It's actually a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. Don't judge me. She's in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist too.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Michael Cera.
Yeah. Well, apparently she's in both Thor films.
Yes.
I think. Oh yeah. I think she was the one that wore the glasses. Or I think.
I don't remember if she wears glasses or not. She's like the assistant to the main female.
Oh, Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how. I think Natalie Portman could have been a good April as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think. Definitely not someone like Scarlett Johansson. I think that's a little maybe too much.
Yeah, it should be too much.
Yeah, right.
She's a really good actress, but too much.
Yeah, or like Angelina Jolie or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like way overdoing it. Definitely need a more like down to earth kind of actress. So I think Kat Dennings would have been a good choice. But yeah, Megan Fox, like really. God damn it.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how...
It is interesting, but still, I would have looked forward to another actress to play April.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is our childhood thing, our one of our childhood gems. So it's like, really? God damn it. But at least the Ninja Turtles are actual Ninja Turtles. They're not green people with alien kind of shit going on. But yeah, at least they kept that part. And the turtles themselves, yeah, they look pretty cool.
They look pretty good,
Yeah. Although they are kind of beefy for what they're supposed to be, like ninjas.
Yeah, they were a little buff looking. Oh, okay. I do have one complaint already. I do not like Michelangelo's voice at all.
Yeah.
I did not. It wasn't like. Sure, it wasn't a very long clip that I heard him talking, so I could be missing a lot of it here, but I did not like it at all. It did not sound like
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo. It did not sound like surf bum
enough.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I think they're trying to definitely make it more modern, so maybe that's why. Especially with April having a smartphone.
Yeah.
Instead of whatever.
Her freaking shoulder camera
yeah. Or whatever. Yeah. It was funny what it had Will Arnett in it, so I thought it was really random.
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to be a cameraman or something, but
yeah,
really, really random. But anyways, I'm also kind of disappointed that they didn't cast Shredder with like a Japanese actor or something. I think Ken Watanabe would have been a good
freaking perfect choice,
right? But Hollywood.
Yeah,
love to cast not like anyone that's not the same race or whatever,
yeah.
Or just white people. I don't know. But essentially, I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
But at least the Shredder armor looked cool from what we saw anyway.
I was a little thrown off by the fact that the foot soldiers had guns.
Oh yeah,
and unless really that was kind of just like a side thing where it wasn't the foot and it was
just some other gang,
other gang or something. I don't know. Have to wait till
right,
a more comprehensive trailer / the film itself is actually out. So
yeah, but anyways, it's pretty cool to see Ninja Turtles in a much more modern look to it.
Yeah.
Another one I want to bring up is Godzilla. It's coming out pretty soon. It's when I mean soon, it's like 2 months away.
Yeah.
But it's gonna come up pretty quick. So it's gonna come out somewhere in May. And yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. It's definitely one of my childhood gems.
It looks so much better than the Matthew Broderick.
Oh my god, yeah.
Version.
Jeez Louise, dude. man, that's such a like a huge like like a gasp of fresh air compared to that.
Yeah.
It's like
It's actually Godzilla.
it's that yeah, right? But it's different. It's definitely different, but it still retains Godzilla. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good. I mean, I definitely would agree with if there's like different designs for Godzilla, but with oh Jesus, the one in 1998 is just like
It's awful.
you look like a dinosaur. It's like a generic dinosaur.
Yeah.
I don't know. And none of his traits were there. Like he wasn't nearly invincible at all. He didn't have the atomic breath. He was an iguana.
Yeah.
Don't know why. And he was way too much of a your standard dinosaur.
Yeah, especially like, you get down to that part where they're like, it laid eggs. Like those are legitimately the same. Like they're the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
that's
right?
exactly what they were.
Right, and you can definitely see that since it came out, I believe after Jurassic Park or Lost World.
Yeah.
With the T-Rex going all apeshit in the city.
Yeah.
So that pretty much where the idea came in from, pretty much like, or at least it sparked like, oh, we should make a Godzilla film, that kind of thing. And yeah, that turned out to be a flop. Like with Matthew Broderick of all people.
Terrible.
It had a really weird cast along with that too.
Yeah.
Except for the French dude. I forget his name, but he's very famous in France.
Let me see if
It's like Jean something. I liked him. He definitely was cool in film, but jeez, Broderick, just the wrong actor to be in Godzilla.
Godzilla franchise. Filmography. 466.
And on top, while Corey's looking for the name, it's really funny that Toho, which is like the official like industry that makes Godzilla, renamed this Godzilla to just Zilla. So it really shows how much they hated the film too. And it's like pretty much on par with fans. And it's Jean Reno, yeah, or Reno.
Yeah, he's been in a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very famous in France and definitely has some kind of recognition here in America.
He's in Da Vinci Code.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Jean Reno. Definitely like pretty much the best character in that film. But really, there's nothing really redeeming about that one. In 98 Godzilla. And then of course they kind of just ruined the Godzilla's roar. Sound like a bird, like a monstrous bird. And on top of that, there's no other monster for him to fight.
Yep.
And yeah, like and also, like I said earlier, he wasn't invincible, so he dies in the end of the film. It's like, what the fuck? By jets. It's like, have you seen a Godzilla film or something? Like, really? But the what do you call it? The directors said that they're trying to make it realistic or something like that, and that's kind of like saying, it's like saying like you're like let's say you're making a Spider-Man film, and but you don't have Spider-Man shoot web.
Yeah,
that's like what it essentially is equivalent to. That's like one of the most. It's like one of the signature traits of Godzilla. He's invincible. He's called Godzilla for a reason. He's like a force of nature, just plowing through, city to city. But at least this one, the new one, is done right. Bryan Cranston's in it. The guy from Breaking Bad, for those who don't know. And Malcolm in the Middle, which I find really funny. But yeah, he's in it, so that's really cool. And Ken Watanabe's in it too as well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the film. I think it really looks definitely is Godzilla. So being a hardcore Godzilla fan, I definitely want to see it when I get the chance, and yeah, looking forward to that. Any other films that are coming out that are
I'm secretly really excited for Jurassic Park 4 / Jurassic World.
oh
It's like a year and a half away, but I really want to know what I'm anxiously awaiting an actual trailer, like a real trailer for it. 'Cause I want to know, like, what is the direction of that film? Like,
yeah.
Jurassic Park, the whole trilogy, kind of my guilty pleasure. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I enjoy
another
them a lot.
gem in our childhood. I really like the first one. Second one's pretty cool. Especially with the T-Rex attacking the city.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But definitely, yeah. I mean, Jurassic Park. I mean, and then the third one, I didn't really watch it, but definitely.
I like the third one better than the second one, simply because like Jeff Goldblum plays the same damn character in every movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his best role was probably in Independence Day. Like, if we're gonna be honest, that's probably his best role was in Independence Day, and everything before that or after that, it's kind of just like whatever.
Let's go faster. Let's go faster. Yeah. That's essentially Jeff Goldblum right there.
Yeah, exactly. I liked the third one. It was a good I think it was well done. Yeah. I liked that it included Dr. Grant in it because he's like my favorite character from the first film.
Oh yeah. And then you said it was coming out in a year and a half. You said
2015 sometime.
Oh, okay. So, I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, there's Incredibles 2.
Yes.
In the works.
Yep.
Looking forward to that. But there's no trailer, of course. It's just
an announcement.
Announcement, yeah. And didn't they announce several films too?
There's also gonna be Cars 3.
Oh Jesus.
Which I have a soft spot for anything Cars related.
I like the first film.
I like the first one. The second one, I didn't like it nearly as much as the first one, but like, if it's on, I will watch it.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Like, I'm not a.
Would you show it to kids? Is that like?
Yeah, it's kind of like you need a movie to watch. All right, I guess I'll put Cars 2 in for you. It's kind of one of those movies.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Cars 3 is really, really good.
Yeah, like it kind of goes back to what the first Cars was, but yeah, still retains something new, I guess. Like it brings something new to the Cars franchise, in terms of like how the story is told and stuff like that. But
because honestly, if they do a great job with Cars 3, if they make it fresh, they make it really, really well done. Like, then I think Pixar really seals itself as like Disney made a good choice in like really officially acquiring them.
Right.
Because Toy Story trilogy, amazing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, like, you didn't make just one film. You didn't make 2 films. You made 3 films that were great.
Yeah, on their own.
Like, they're on their own, they're awesome. All 3 of them together as like one continuous story, awesome. Like, it succeeds on all those fronts.
Yeah.
So if they can make Cars 3 like
good again,
like if they can make it as good as the first film, obviously better than the second film, like it, yeah. I think it saves the series.
Yeah. I think would, and it's like really this really is gonna decide what really Cars is. So if it sucks, then Cars sucks.
Yeah.
Comparing to other franchises, but if it's good, then it's definitely here to stay. And I think that's gonna be a very important time for cars to really decide, for people to decide whether it's here to stay or not in Disney culture. And Incredibles 2, it's one of those films that we've all been waiting for.
Wanted it forever.
So bad, yeah. Like, the first one was so great. It's like, come on, I want more. I want more. You know? Yeah. Definitely would want to see more villains. Syndrome was his name.
Syndromes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I really like Syndrome. I mean, but
he was a good villain.
Yeah, he was a good villain. Just, in Incredibles 2, I want to see more villains, like, instead of just one. I don't know. That's
I want to see a couple, a small hand, maybe even kind of like a league of bad guys, like 3 or 4 or something like that, and they're just like, oh, we're here, fuck, screw the supers kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck shit up kind of thing.
Yeah.
And,
I swear, the Underminer had best not be in Incredibles 2. The mole guy at the end. I mean, I wouldn't mind if the first 5 minutes or so has him, and they're just like, or even if it's like the opening 3 minutes is kind of like, the opening montage, and then it's like the family walking away from like having just beat him, because that would be funny. That'd be fine with me. It ties everything back in together, and it's just like, this is where we left off, guys. Don't forget.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I also really hope that the film is slightly in the future.
Oh yeah.
Like a couple years to where the kids are a little bit older, so that Dash is a teenager and Jack is kind of like Dash's age.
Yeah.
I really want that. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely see some development going on.
See some development. Because, like, yeah, sure, it would be funny if it kind of just picks up in the same time frame where it left off. And so then, like, the baby's just, like, comedic relief kind of superhero power. But I think it'd be really cool if they flesh it out and you can actually see Jack's powers being actually used by Jack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's not like just by accident or whatever.
Yeah.
I think see him actually use it in control.
Exactly.
Yeah. Definitely want to see more of Frozone.
Yes.
He was awesome.
Yes.
Especially with Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, it's really funny. When I'm at work, you can meet Frozone in California Adventure Park.
All right.
And when I'm at work, every time I'm hanging out with Frozone, taking pictures for guests, people are always like, man, I hope they come out with an Incredibles 2 and there's more of you in it. It's so funny how much people love Frozone.
Yeah, right?
Like, people legitimately just love Frozone.
Yeah. It's kind of, and it would be pretty interesting to see if more new supers come out too, like, heroes and bad guys. So definitely, Incredibles 2 is where they can totally expand on the variety of superheroes and villains. I know in the first film, a lot of the supers die, like
like the old school Gazer Beam.
Gazer. Oh no, yeah.
Really didn't want him to die.
He was
I didn't
like,
even know him, but I didn't want him to be dead.
He was the lawyer of all the supers, so he's like, he was quite important, but yeah, he gets killed. But at least he kind of helps.
Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible, yeah. I was trying to refer to his real name, but Bob, yes, thank you. At least he helps out Bob in the end because he wrote, or he helped out point a message for Bob, and Kronos was a message. I think that was really cool. That cave message, awesome. Yeah. Anyways, really looking forward to see Incredibles 2. Didn't they announce a sequel sort of for Finding Nemo as well?
Yes, Finding Dory.
Finding Dory, yeah.
Finding Dory's coming out. That's going to be interesting. It's really funny that there's, in my opinion, 3 films coming out that really also kind of help shape the way that the parks can go. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not up to date on your Disneyland park knowledge, Finding Nemo Submarine Voyage is down right now. They're working on it, cleaning it up, doing some changes, fixing it up kind of thing. There's a lot of rumors, though, that, we'll see if it does or doesn't come up. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're going to base it off of how well Finding Dory does kind of thing. So that's kind of an interesting idea to play with. Then also, for me, it's pretty interesting to see how well Incredibles 2 does, because there is some space in the California Adventure Park that I think would be really well served. If the Incredibles 2 does amazingly well, there is some space in the park that they could like just renovate it up entirely, put in some new attractions, kind of have it themed slightly around the Incredibles, kind of like that city-ish type thing. Put in some really cool attractions, some really cool rides and everything in there. It'd be really awesome. Cars 3, there's actually, I was thinking about it, there's a lot riding on Cars 3 because there is Cars Land.
Right.
In California Adventure Park, and it's like, so you're pigeonholed. Like, it's one thing is that California Adventure Park really, like, you have Bugs Land. You have Cars Land. You know what I mean? Like, you have two specific, like, Bugs Life, yes, good movie. Do I think, like, over X amount of time, like, it's still gonna have the same relevance that like Toy Story has? Like, because there's 2 Toy Story themed attractions in the whole resort. Like, people are gonna remember those for a long time because of how popular it was. Like, Bugs Land's eventually gonna get to that point where it, like, you know, you're gonna kind of forget about it. So, but Cars 3 really has to do well, or else the allure of Cars Land is gonna die, because most of the time people like come up to me and they're like, where's the Cars ride? They don't know that there's 2 other attractions in Cars Land besides the one that they are talking about, which is called Radiator Springs Racers, people, not the Cars ride. Not the Cars ride. It's Radiator Springs Racers. And they don't know that the other 2 attractions even exist. They're just like, how did you miss them? You walked by both of them to get to the entrance of the one that you're looking for. I don't understand that. But so hopefully, like, really, really hopefully it does amazingly well. And it is really well done, because there's a lot that could happen. Like, it lends itself to new characters. Like, if they create new cars. And they can get the rights to create the car, bring the car out of the movie, put it in the park so that you can meet them. That is, that's awesome. You meet Lightning McQueen, you can meet Red the Fire Truck, you can meet Mater, and if they can have some other really cool cars that can come out of the movie and you can meet them in the park, that is awesome as well. So do well, animator people.
Oh yeah, Pixar.
Really just have to worry about John Lasseter, because he legitimately loves cars so much. Like, he kind of had, like, the final say, I've heard, on a lot of the stuff that's in Cars Land. So, like, it's really his baby, so to speak, of, like, of everything. So hopefully he's got good direction to make it happen.
Yep. There's a lot on the line, pretty much, for certain franchises, especially with cars.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah, just if this does well, it'll definitely stay. But if it doesn't, it's gonna die. Especially in Disneyland,
it'll hurt it. Yeah,
it'll hurt a lot, and I don't think they'll want to hold that in their attraction. So, yeah, there's a lot riding on that. So, yeah. I think I caught an article or a piece of news from IGN where the Wii U is actually doing better than the PS4 in Japan anyway. Yeah. I forgot what the numbers were, but essentially, yeah, Wii U is doing better than the PS4 in Japan. Essentially because the PS4 really doesn't have any games out right now, other than Call of Duty, Battlefield 4, I guess Thief. The only, like, prominent PS4 game that's only on the PS4 is Infamous Second Son, and really, I mean, that's pretty much the real reason why it's not doing well, at least in Japan anyway.
Yeah.
And Surprisingly, Xbox One is also rising up in sales. It's catching up there definitely because of that one game essentially, and that is Titanfall. It's really reviving how FPSs should really be, and it was being developed by the guys that formerly worked on Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 before they got kicked out or they resigned themselves from Activision into a new company called Respawn. And yeah, they worked on Titanfall, and that really shows that these guys know what they're doing, unlike the new guys at Infinity Ward and whoever else that developed on this time the Call of Duty of this generation, which is Ghosts and well, when I mean this generation, this period anyway.
Yeah.
And I believe and then for Treyarch, it was Black Ops 2 for their most recent one. Yeah, it really shows what the guys at Respawn really shows that they know what they're doing, and they know how to make a good FPS, and hopefully that's a wake up call for Call of Duty. And because personally, like especially for me, like it's kind of stale, like Call of Duty. It's kind of Ghosts, to be honest. It's like overall just another really Call of Duty, and it doesn't really bring anything new. Like the campaign was just kind of like it was playing it safe. It wasn't like try to do anything new, like to like leap bounds or anything like that by any means. And the multiplayer is just like improvements on what the previous Call of Duties were. And the thing is that these improvements could have been done years ago, but they didn't just choose to do it for whatever reason. And they finally did it in Ghosts, but even with that, it just turns out to be really stale overall, in honest opinion. And yeah, really shows that they really need to step it up. However, kind of interesting, Call of Duty now has 3 developers rather than 2. So that means each company has a cycle of 2 years instead of 1. So that means they have more time to work on it and really craft Call of Duty. So, this time around is Sledgehammer that's going to make the next Call of Duty. So, yeah, really interesting to see what they have in store. There's been word flying around that it's going to be a Modern Warfare 4. So I think that's pretty weird considering that Modern Warfare 3 kind of really concluded the story pretty much. It's sort of like acted as a trilogy, if you will. So I don't know where Modern Warfare 4 is going to go. Is it going to be like a new story, or is it really try to continue off from that? It's like, whoa, I don't know.
You should have just picked up Ghosts and gone where that left off.
Right, but it's not going to be Ghost 2 for sure. I don't think it's going to be Ghost 2. So, but hopefully that will help out Call of Duty a bit, and stay up there with Titanfall and all those shooters that are going to be out, especially with Destiny and I believe PlanetSide 2 and something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else we need to bring up? Oh yeah, so we already covered those, and then I thought it was really interesting, but Sonic Lost World came out with a free DLC, and it's like you get these levels that are themed after Zelda.
Huh.
Yeah. Trailer came out, I think, yesterday, and it was pretty cool. Sonic had Link's outfit on. It was really funny. Yeah, he even had the little like green hat.
That's hilarious.
That's really hilarious. Yeah, I don't know if we want to pick that up or not, but it's a maybe. I don't know. Maybe in the future.
If nothing else, it could be entertaining to watch me fail.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just like another 4 zones or another 4 levels or something like that. And there's also another one like that, but with Yoshi. That came out earlier, so I don't know if that one's free. Not too sure, but definitely if we're gonna do more Sonic Lost World, it's gonna be those 2 levels, so or zones. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, did you hear about Goat Simulator?
No.
Yeah, essentially, there's all these like simulator games like Surgeon Simulator and stuff like that, and there's even like Farming Simulator, Winners, Sports Simulator or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, now they came out with Goat Simulator. Don't know why, but I guess it's because goats are very popular on YouTube.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I thought it was really funny. And it costs $10 on PC. So for those people who have a thing for goats and have a PC, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess we can bring this up. What was that chick's name from iCarly?
Jeanette McCurdy.
Yes, there's been some attention surrounding her. I mean, it's essentially like herself taking pictures of herself being in
like,
underwear or something. Yeah, and like, didn't she like have just like start a Facebook or something like that or something? I don't know, or at least her.
She had like just broken up. Or, well, she hadn't just broken up with him, but the story of why she broke up with her ex-boyfriend had just been published, and she pretty much said that there was no chemistry and he was a bad kisser. And, like, that same day or the next day, like, these pictures were leaked. And she was like, well, there's only one person I sent those pictures to. And he was like, no, I didn't leak them. He was, like, a professional basketball player.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I remember that.
It was kind of like a publicity stunt relationship anyway, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But it was really funny.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, I don't know. It's hopefully she's not one of those people like Miley Cyrus or something, or like Lindsay Lohan, or I don't know. Hopefully,
I don't think so.
I mean, you think she's good looking?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not bad. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. But,
yeah.
Yeah, just hopefully she doesn't go too crazy with it, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't go too far with the attention with she's trying to grab. Well, I mean, I guess we can talk about it, but this is kind of old news, and it's Justin Bieber's deposition. Yeah, so. A lot of people have seen this already, but I thought we'd talk about it since we haven't already.
Didn't we talk about it last time?
No, it was off. I think it was off the recording. It was outside of it.
Oh, it might have been.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
But
I have an awful memory.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it briefly then. I mean, just in case. It's where do I begin? I mean, like,
it's just further motivation that he's just this big ass spoiled bitch.
Yes. And I really never promoted a demise of a person more than for Justin Bieber. I mean, he is the definition of a scumbag, a douchebag, a spoiled brat, and just a big fat wanker. I mean, just
Yep.
And he's just this big ass shithead. I mean, he if I haven't said already, he is the scum of the earth pretty much now, and I hope they don't send him back to Canada, but a very a desolated island, all by himself, with nothing, and not even a knife. No, just put him on an island, please. We don't want him, nor I don't think Canada wants him back either. And it just blows my mind that there are people, the believers, that still defend him. It's like,
I don't.
Really now. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with those people. I mean,
I know, it's like when there, I don't remember who it was, or if they were like a personality or what, but after he got arrested for his last thing and like his mugshot came out,
yeah,
someone was pretty much like sharing how there was so it was his mugshot and then someone's opinion down below, and he was like, no, like how are you people standing up for this piece of he could have fucking killed someone, driving drunk and speeding. He could have killed someone, and you want to, stand behind him like, oh, it's okay, blah blah blah, this and that, and like that picture's been shared like millions of times.
Yeah,
and it's like crazy, it's just like, yes, exactly, and like still these idiot little teenage girls are like, I'm still a believer, I still love you, blah blah blah. I'm just, no, no, it's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really, like it. I don't know really what to say. Like, I don't know how these people are still defending him. It's like enough. Like, we've already seen enough from him that we know that he's scum. He's scum.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I don't know. It's just a really disgusting thing to see, but yet people are still defending him. I don't know why. I really guess that's the believer community for you.
They're all just brainwashed, full of shit,
full of shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just saying what's presented in front of me. So it's like he was just asking just like the stupidest fucking questions, such as like, it's like, is this a film?
Yeah, because the lawyer or whatever was like, all right, he's watched the film. He's like, this a film?
Yeah, right.
This a film? This a film?
Yeah, right.
It's like, dude, just shut the fuck up and
watch the fucking. No.
It's like, you're acting like a damn child.
Right.
Like, I mean, I you are a child, but like, just shut up, like.
Yeah, and give credit where credit is due for those people not punching him in the face. Like, really?
If I was on there, I would have gotten up and strangled his ass.
I would have ripped the hairs out of him, like, and scalp him. Really, that oh my god, that was just such a really bad video to watch. And I would hate to be the lawyer that would have to be asking him the questions. And he's
I'd have to be like his defense lawyer,
right?
You kind of have to.
On the other side, it's bad.
Yeah.
And you just and remember, the lawyer's like, do you remember being in Australia? He's like, no, I don't remember being in Australia or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he asked him about like, I forgot what the exact question was, but essentially Bieber was just like, well, what kind of question is that? Like, what? That's really weird. It's like, what are you doing, really?
Yeah.
You're really, and then he's just like, and then he has the nerve to wink at the fucking camera like he's hot shit. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I don't even want to talk about that anymore. We can definitely move on. Let's see here. Oh, on a very different subject, in gaming news, Do you remember this old game called Shaq Fu?
Yes.
Which was like a really awful fighting game featuring Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
I heard that he has a Kickstarter for another Shaq Fu game. And right now, I think he has $100,000, but he probably needs more to make the game. Well, I'm just like,
That's really funny.
I think people are just gonna just get it just for the hilarity of it. You know, I don't know. That was really.
I'd laugh if it's really good.
Yeah, right. What if it was just like an actual really in depth fighting game or something like that? I think that'd be really hilarious. Hello. Oh, it looks like there's a hoax going on or something like that. Wait. Wow, that's so funny. The Dodge Challenger Hellcat, which has a V8, said it's going to be more powerful than the V10 Viper. And the a lot of you may know already, but the Viper is not exactly doing well because it kind of looks like a Corvette. It's very much like a gas guzzler, and I think it's more expensive than the Corvette. And yet, the Corvette has more than what you're really paying. So, the Corvette is like the better car of the two. And now we have this Challenger Hellcat here, which could be more powerful than the Viper. So it really cements that the Viper is really doing a lot worse this time around. And I just find that pretty hilarious. Yeah, so it's kind of gonna be on par with the Mustang Boss 302 and the Camaro Z28, and it's gonna be around 75K. And the Viper, for reference, is right around under 100,000. And yeah, so with this Challenger, it's definitely a steal if you compare it to the two.
Yeah.
I think it's really hilarious. This is happening to the Viper. I mean, did you like the Viper?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I like the way it looks and everything.
Yeah.
I think what they should do is they should just make that motor fit in the Viper. It'd be a faster car.
I know, right?
Even if it's the same motor, because like how much more aerodynamic
the Viper
is compared to the Challenger.
Right.
It would scream.
I mean, I don't know. I guess they just don't want to break the tradition of the V10 from the Viper or something like that. Who knows?
Maybe.
But yeah, they could just stick that V8 into the thing. Oh yeah, and then forgot to mention about Last of Us. It's going to be ported into the PS4. For those who have PS4s and are trying to look for more games and stuff like that. Last of Us is going to be it's going to be ported to the into the PS4 and with enhanced graphics and all that. And yeah, if you're looking for games, definitely this is the one to pick up. It was a huge hit on the PS3, and we played it.
Yep.
We loved it. It's one of those games that it has a very good story with simple gameplay, so look out for that. And yeah, if you're looking for few games on the PS4, this is definitely one of them. If you haven't picked it up already, so. Anything else? How long has it been? An hour and 30. All right. Maybe we can pick up a few more, and then that's it. 3D printed PS4 controller helps stay disabled.
I don't understand why it's a picture of an HTC phone.
I don't what. I'm so confused. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well then,
Well, never mind.
it's exciting at first, and then it wasn't.
Yep. No, that's funny. Candy Crush
That
fucking flops. As NASA found a new Earth, the astronomer discovers a first same-sized planet in a Goldilocks zone that could host alien life. It's identified as M1 dwarf. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much says that this could be a new planet Earth or something like that, and it could essentially support life. So, I thought it was pretty interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty fascinating. I have such a hard time keeping up with all that stuff. I feel like there's something new every day.
Right?
It's like, oh, we found a new dwarf planet. Oh, we found something smaller than Pluto. Oh,
yeah, right. Oh, we found this planet, or it's right outside of the solar system. Yeah.
What did I read the other day? Okay, so from the time that Pluto was originally called a planet in our solar, like an actual planet,
right,
in our solar system, to the time they decided it wasn't a planet anymore,
right,
Pluto had not yet even made a full revolution.
Oh, that is funny.
Around the sun.
Around the sun. Wow. That is funny.
Yeah. Which is especially really funny considering where we live.
Right.
We go around that some bitch all the time.
Yeah. We've been around for 24 orbits, pretty much.
Yep.
24 orbits, man.
How old are you? 24 orbits?
Yeah.
Instead of years?
Yep.
This car is only 17 orbits old.
Yeah. Or 5, yeah. Yeah. It is what it is, though. I mean.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's... Oh yeah, more on Facebook and that. Okay.
That's pretty funny.
Pet croc takes over a man's apartment. Ugh. Crocodiles do not make good pets. That's the very first thing on the article. It takes place in Russia.
Wow.
Figures, right? You expect something like that in Florida, but nope.
Yeah.
Russia, man. It says Sergei Volkov of Russia bought the reptile in Africa as a baby, but he doesn't know what to do with it now that it's grown. It lies on his couch, on his on his couch. This is really funny. Okay, so he took it from Africa. Compared to cats and dogs, they do not need any special care at all. The only thing is that you need is to have professional skills to handle them. Not everybody would agree to that. Okay, all right. Okay, so he spent 2 years trying to train a crocodile, and it says you can guess how that went. He's given up, and the crocodile is free to roam the apartment, even making itself comfortable on the couch. That's very funny. And he also has a pet cat named Moose. What?
Okay.
Might one day become a victim of Tuzek, which is the name of the crocodile. Yeah. So he's ready to sell the crocodile. Nobody wants to spend money for such a pet. Yeah, he said. And then also says, not just any pet, mind you, but one that will keep growing, live for 45 years, and will stare at you with a large set of jaws with sharp teeth. He still does not know what to do with Tuzek. No zoological parks in the city are willing to take it. Oh man, I think that's funny. Maybe soon Tuzek will force its master out from the second room. And in the very last word, it says, "A dog would have been better, Sergey, or another cat."
Only in Russia.
Only in Russia, right? That one would try to keep a crocodile as a pet. Let's see. This is something to see. The 9 most counterfeited products in America.
Oh, there we go.
Alright, so number 9, optical media. Wait, what did I say? Oh, percentage of total seized goods.
Yeah.
2%. So they only took 2%.
Yeah.
Or they only got back 2% of the counterfeited goods. That's really funny. Let's see. Optical media. So, products such as games, DVDs, and CDs, the CBP seized fell to 1,409 last year to 2,892 in 2012. The value of seized counterfeit optical media products fell by 30% from 38.4 million in 2012 to $26.8 million in 2013. All right, so number 8 is labels slash tags, and yeah, it's like some of them are like Gucci and shit, and
Yeah.
DNG, and some other brands that
And Fendi and Dolce
yeah
and Gabbana and Couture.
yeah uh because consumers recognize many products and brands according to their labels and tags, the fake labels help deceive buyers and make imitations look more authentic. Counterfeiters often smuggle fake labels and fake products into the United States separately. That way, quote unquote, if the counterfeiters lose the shipment of tags and labels, it's not that big of a loss because they still have the shipment of handbags and or other goods. Number 7 is computers slash accessories. Range of products include integrated circuits, semiconductors, networking hardware, and printer cartridges.
Yeah, makes sense.
Noting that counterfeit semiconductors can cause dangerous malfunctions in medical equipment and even household appliances. Yeah, and only 3% of it has been seized. Number 6 is footwear. Kind of a common one that we know. And I think we've seized so many container loads of counterfeit shoes that we've actually maybe started to have an effect. It is likely something of a relief to shoe companies, especially Nike, whose shoes are widely believed to be among the most counterfeited footwear brands. Yeah, and there's $54.9 million worth of seized goods. So, let's see. Next one is pharmaceuticals or slash personal care, which is, and then there's always like pills and shit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it really just says some numbers and stuff. Other than the MSRP of seized goods is $79.6 million, and then the percentage of total seized goods is only 5%. Number 4 is wearing apparel slash accessories. $116.2 million for MSRP, and percentage of seized goods is 7%. Like with other goods, what type of product is being counterfeited matters.
Well, $17.3 million worth of fake sporting apparel, including jerseys and ball caps. And other collectibles coinciding with the 2013 Super Bowl were seized.
Oh, that's funny. And this was during Operation Red Zone. And number 3, consumer electronics slash parts. Let's see. 2-month long operation resulted in 1,735 electronics shipments being seized, removing more than 243,000 counterfeit consumer products from the market. Of course, number 2 is watches and jewelry, and then number 1 is handbags and wallets.
Yep.
Not much of a surprise, really.
Not at all.
No. No, I thought I knew someone that had a fake bag or something like that, but
Oh, dude, I saw tons of them in college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause there was always like one person that I would know who was like, oh yeah, I can tell like the difference between a fake and a real one, and they like, so I'd sit with them and we look in a room like that one's fake, that one's fake, that one's fake. Oh, that one's real, that one's fake, that one's fake. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then you go ask those people, oh, where'd you get your bag? The girl would be like, oh, I got it, from a friend who got it at like, I don't know, the Rhodium or something like that. And it's like, yup. Like, oh, I got it at some shop in downtown LA. It's like, yup.
Chances are.
Yep.
I just find it really funny that stuff like this happens, and I don't know, it's just always interesting to see. It's like how stuff gets faked, and then like so much of it gets produced and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh man. Yeah.
The giant pothole.
Yeah. Oh man. Just weeks after Olympics, Sochi is already a ghost town. Man. Yeah, it's funny. There's a giant pothole right there in the middle of the street, and there's like a nice hotel in the background. Or at least it looks nice from outside, but and it definitely looks so fucking empty. There's like no one around. Stray dogs are returning. That's really funny. Yeah, it's just mostly pictures rather than just words. But yeah, it's really just funny how like I don't know why they picked Sochi of all cities. Like, really? Huh.
Oh no.
But hey, at least in 2020, it's gonna be in Tokyo, and I think that's in summer. Yeah. So hopefully they find a way around the heat. So
yeah, be interesting,
right? Especially with friggin' monsoon heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely need to talk about that video with the kid that was calling his mom by the first name. I think you should take the helm on that one. I mean, what exactly go down in that video?
All right, so There's this video of this little boy arguing with his mom about how he should be able to have a cupcake for dinner. She's like, well, you can't have, and the mom's, well, you can't have a cupcake for dinner. You gotta have dinner where you have cupcake. But his reasoning is like, oh, I already had lunch today, so I can have a cupcake. I already ate before this. And so he starts arguing with her, and he's like, listen, Linda. No, you're not listening. He's calling his mother by her first name, which to me is just, he's 3 years old.
Right.
To me, it's extraordinarily disrespectful to be calling your mother by her first name if you're a 3-year-old. And it's pissing me off because, like, everybody's like, oh my god, this is so cute. He's going to be a future best lawyer right here, blah, blah, blah. Then, people are just, like, blowing it up, making just like, oh, this is adorable. And just like, people are overlooking, like, no, this is not adorable. It's kind of sickening, actually. Like, and I got into not a super heated argument with some people about it, but an interesting argument with some people about it. And, I have degrees, and I know what the hell I'm saying when I'm looking at this video and, when I'm reasoning about it. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, you can clearly tell that this kid has overheard his parents argue and had an argument. Someone was like, oh, now you're just assuming that, like, you're assuming that they argue. You don't know that they argue. And I was like, no. You watch the damn video. Someone in the household that he's around argues. They have had vocal arguments, which this child has overheard. And it took me 2 or 3 times through the video to really, like, realize that. But finally, I heard him say, he goes, no, honey, you're not getting it. No, honey, you're not getting it. There is no 3-year-old that calls their mother honey.
Oh, hell no.
What I mean? And it's just no. And that right there clicked, and I was like, oh my, he's repeating something that he has heard happen
from his father.
From likely his father, maybe grandpa or something like that,
Right, yeah.
Like, he has overheard this, and it's just so frustrating to me because it's just like, if this was my kid, get down, like, if he started, he called me by my name, like, do you want the belt or you want the hairbrush? Like, what do you want to be spanked with today? And someone was like, well, he clearly knows, like, he's been spanked because they talk about pow-pows and whatnot in the video. And I was like, clearly they do not do that nearly enough because he's sitting here, arguing, still pulling this. And she lets it go on for like 3 minutes. It's like a 3.5-minute video.
Oh, jeez.
Of him arguing with her. And I was like, you know what? Sure, it's cool. This kid sounds articulate. Sounds smart. He's got a lot of words in his vocabulary that he can use, but he doesn't know what they mean.
Right.
He doesn't know what he's saying. He's just repeating. He's a parrot. He's saying stuff he's already heard before.
Right.
Like, when I analyze that, yeah, it's exactly what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's saying. He has no idea what the words coming out of his mouth actually mean. And it's so frustrating. People are like, no, he's just really smart, blah, blah. This is bullshit. He is, he might be smart, but he's just repeating stuff he's already heard.
Yeah, anyone can do that.
I was like, anybody can do that, yeah. Like, it's me so upset.
Yeah.
That kind of crap does not fly.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just seen that all over, and I've yet to watch it. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna even bother with it.
Yeah, it just made me, like, it's kind of sickening that people find it, like, cute, entertainment and cute and funny. It's like, this is not cute or funny.
Yeah.
At all. Whereas, like, I'm a grown man, and I don't call my mother by her first name.
Right.
Like, she's mom. That's a title she earned. Like, out of respect for her, like, it's like your mom. Like, if we are in a crowded place where there are going to be a lot, if I need to get her attention and there's obviously a lot of other mothers around, then yeah, they'll be like, hey, and I'll say her name. Like, yeah, me, trying to get your attention. Like, come over here. Want to show you something. Something along those lines. But I don't just walk around and be like, oh, yeah, so I was talking with, insert my mother's name here the other day. It's like, no, I was talking with my mom the other day.
Right. It's like complete disrespectful for someone who gave you the place to be on this planet, and you're just like you're just blatantly calling your mother by her first name, or even honey. So it's like, I think that's really weird. I think it's really weird coming from a kid too. I don't know. That's not cute at all. I don't think, in my opinion, anyway. Say what you will, but it's not fucking cute. I don't find it. I don't buy it. It's not. No, it's not cute.
Yeah, it's not at all.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Like, you need to straighten this kid out before it gets worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it could be like, just some kid imitating his parents, but now it's like, if they don't do anything about it, I think it'll like eventually be in his head, and eventually it'll lead to like other like rebellious things.
Yeah.
Especially when he becomes a teenager and his hormones are fucking raging about. So I don't know what's gonna become of that kid, but he needs to get his act together. So, but he's still young. He still has room to learn and all that. So
yeah, lots of room.
Yeah, a lot of room. So while Cole is talking, I came across this article about the rumored console that's coming from Amazon. So, and this all happened from Amazon buying Double Helix, which was a game developing company, and they developed the new Strider game, and they also went to work on the new Killer Instinct game that's out for Xbox One. And yeah, there's pictures out on IGN, and this looks like the leaked images of the controller. And it looks like it's gonna be like Android game controller. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be one of those like Ouya's or something.
Yeah,
that's gonna just run off of mobile games and stuff, and yeah, it looks like a weird knockoff of a I don't know what. It's like a classic controller from the Wii or something. I don't know. But at least the joystick is up there, and then it's right there, and then there's a D-pad instead of the opposite, with the classic controller. Excuse me. And it says it's gonna be less than $300. So yeah, it looks like it's just gonna be a mobile gaming console. Yeah, and not really gonna be anything revolutionary. Oh, that's very interesting. The new Apple TV may act like a games console. Yeah, wait, hold on. This is this Amazon set top box wasn't a box at all, but instead of a Chromecast like dongle that's capable of streaming PC games. So it's like a little thing, like a little USB drive looking motherfucker.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's pretty interesting, but
slimline approach.
Yeah. I think it's just really funny that Amazon's coming out with a console of their own in the first place. What do you think about that?
That is pretty funny. I don't really know that they need to.
Right.
But I guess I don't see why not either.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that they would work on like the Steam box kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, something to run off of PC games. I think that would be pretty perfect because, I mean, there's people out there that don't want to get don't want to set up the PC on their own. They like buying something all in one.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And I'm, admittedly, I'm one of them. Like, I'm too lazy to just work on, electronics and stuff like that and set up a PC and all that. Make it all monsters and power and all that. I'm just too lazy for that. So that's why I go for consoles nowadays. It's not really like, it's not that I hate PCs or anything. I'm just like, not really interested. And there's games on the console that I prefer over PC. So, and yeah, like all the good PC games are on console anyway. So it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I just find this really funny that Amazon of all companies is coming out with a console, and looking at the controllers is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
I hope that it looks like the prototype. Hopefully, that's not the final controller. Kind of just looks like a very obsolete looking controller.
It looks like a GameCube controller had sex with an Xbox controller.
It really does, and all it is just black. There's no like other colors or anything like that. There's no like variety in colors. Even if you're comparing it to like a PS4 controller, like, wow, there's just no color at all other than black and white. So, I thought that was really hilarious, and I don't know if this is gonna be like the Ouya, then I don't know. It definitely wouldn't catch my interest not even by by an ounce.
Yeah.
It's just funny that Amazon is doing this in the first place. I think you just stick with Amazon Prime and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and didn't they say that they're gonna raise their prices too, or they already did?
I don't know if they've already done it, but yeah, they're gonna be raising the prices to $100.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, but I don't know. Even with that though, I think it still pays itself. Like,
it really does.
Especially if you shop online a lot.
Yeah.
You definitely would still save quite a bit of money. Because 2-day shipping costs plenty of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, even with $100, you're still paying. It's gonna pay itself, and you're gonna be saving money. So
yeah,
if you're a big online shopper and you love Amazon, I would still stick with Prime if I were you. And especially for students, I don't know how much it's gonna be for students, but
oh yeah, I wonder.
Yeah. Last time I paid like what, $40 for it, so
yep.
The joys of being a student still.
Yep.
But yeah, for those people who aren't students, which is probably the majority, it's sort of a bummer at first, but still, you still kind of be saving money still. So yeah, I think you should continue to get Prime and stick with it. So I think we'll end it on that note. That's pretty much we all have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll be sure to do more of these once more interesting shit comes out. Especially with like the whole, Malaysia airline thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully get solid answers and all that stuff. So until then, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.